Hey everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. Today's video is another Dollar Tree spring Easter decor video, and this one is meant to complement last week's video where I showed you how to make that really cool beaded wreath that wasn't using real beads. So if you haven't checked that video out, I'll link it below. Definitely check it out. But I really hope that you enjoy this one, and if you do, please be sure to hit that subscribe button. Once you hit subscribe, we instantly become best friends.
Did we just become best friends? Yup!
Please hit that notification bell. YouTube may or may not let you know when I post a video, but if they don't, follow me on Instagram. I always post my new videos and sprinkle some fun pictures here and there. So let's go ahead and get started. For this tutorial, I'm going to start off with this knit hat from Dollar Tree. I absolutely love the color and I love the little ball up top. I feel like the ball can definitely be used for something else. So I'm going to flip it inside out, and I'm actually going to remove that, and I'm going to use this little seam ripper. You can get it at Walmart, Amazon, wherever you find sewing supplies, and you're just going to find a stitch, and as soon as you remove it, the Dollar Tree one just starts to unravel. So once I saw that my little ball was exposed, I removed it. I also went ahead and removed my tag. This one wasn't sewn in, it was actually stuck on, which is the first time that I had seen this type of tag on a Dollar Tree item. I'm also going to be using this basket, which I found at Dollar Tree. I absolutely love it. It is much bigger than their Easter baskets, and I love that it is in a natural color. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that and I'm going to drape it on top. This part is optional. Of course, you don't have to use a little beanie. You can use an old sweater. You can use nothing at all. Mine wasn't wide enough, so I went ahead and ripped the seam a little bit more just so it fits nice and tight against the basket. And as you can see, this is actually doubled up, so you can actually just unravel it and use this as a bigger piece of fabric, but I think it looks a little sheer that way. So I'm just going to keep it doubled up, and then I'm going to drape it on to my basket again. To make sure that the beanie is nice and straight, I'm using the weaving on the basket as a guide. Now I'm going to secure it using hot glue, and I'm making sure that it is nice and straight. If you want to be able to remove this and wash it, then don't use the hot glue. But since this is just for faux flowers, I really didn't mind securing it in place. Now, when I'm securing the inside, I'm just going to add glue and then push down. Since this is doubled, I'm going to add glue to the bottom first, then lift that flap and add glue there as well. The two sides where I'm going to put my handles, I'm going to kind of skip, or at least skip enough to where I can lift one flap up. But like I said, if you don't want to secure it down with any hot glue, you don't have to. The inside of the bottom of the basket is going to be exposed, so if this bothers you, do not use this method. Just sew a piece of fabric. So now for the handles, I'm going to use the ping pong balls that I used in last week's tutorial. Be very careful, this is slippery, so you want to have this firmly on a table with your fingers away, and you want to press down before you drill into it. A lot of people have been mentioning using a hot tool or using a screwdriver that you just heat up before pushing in. Those are also options. When you go to the other side, make sure that you see your drill bit and that it's nice and straight, and then slowly and with your fingers away, make sure that you drill through and turn off your drill before you take it out of the ball. Then I just remove the excess with some side cutters. I put them on some skewers so that they're easier to paint. Whether you're using spray paint or regular paint, painting on skewers just makes it so much easier when you're working with beads or any movable item. So since I'm using spray paint, you can use acrylic paint. This is footage from my last video, but I'm using spray paint. So instead of putting this on foam to stand it up, I'm going to put this on cardboard. Foam usually tends to disintegrate and melt when you put spray paint on it. After I've spray painted, I'm going to take some brown and lighten it up, and with a very, very, very dry brush, it doesn't really matter what brush you're using, just make sure that it's extremely dry. You're going to go ahead and dry brush going in one direction on your beads. Now, if there's any area that you got too much brown on, you can still wipe it off while it's wet, but if not, just go in with the lighter color on top to mask that. Here's the difference between one that has been dry brushed and one that hasn't. And here is a close-up. I'm just going in an up and down motion. If you haven't seen last week's tutorial, link it below. But I made a wreath using this, and I think it looks really realistic. So this basket is supposed to complement that wreath that I made. Now I'm going to take one of these 3D wreath forms from Dollar Tree. This is the 10-inch one, and I'm going to go ahead and remove those little pieces using my side cutters. This is the same step that I took in my last tutorial, only this time I am using the smaller wreath form. So once I remove that, I'm going to go ahead and make sure to take my side cutters and any point that is left up. By the way, I am cutting it in the middle so that I'm able to make this a handle. I'm just pushing down so that no one needs to get a tetanus shot if they touch this. So I'm just straightening out the sides to make a handle shape. And this is a lot harder than it looks to get a nice even shape. I am cutting the bottom down as well. You can use floral wire, but the floral wire from Dollar Tree is flimsy. If it was a smaller project, I'd definitely suggest it, like the tray that I made in my last tutorial, but for this one, I feel like it would just fall all over the place. Now I'm going to feed the balls through, and for this, I believe I use 14 balls, which is 2 packs and then just 2 extra balls. Now that they're fed through, you're going to notice that they are going to go all over the place. You do need the bottom to be somewhat long. I should have added dabs of hot glue to the 2 last balls, but I didn't. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pierce that beanie just a little bit so I can stick the handle through. If you're not adding a beanie, then you can just go ahead and hot glue this to the inside, or just kind of hot glue one of the balls to the side. But I'm just feeding it through, and then I am adding some hot glue. Like I said, you can skip the hot glue, but even though the balls are ping pong balls, they do end up being a little heavy, so they will fall forward if you don't at least put them inside of the wire or hot glue them. This is why I said I should have added a little bit of hot glue, because the balls all came off when I did one side, but it's okay. I just fed them through one more time and then added my glue to the bottom. So just add a tiny little dab of hot glue to the last ball so that doesn't happen. Once it is dried, and you are going to have to hold this in place for it to dry, now you can fill it, or you can leave it as is, whatever you want. So you can do eggs, or you can do the same floral that I used for the wreath so that it looks like it matches. And I think that this looks so pretty, but it is a whole lot of pink. So this is what it looks like, and I did end up adding a bow to this. And to make the bow, it's really simple. So to make the bow, I just cut a piece of ribbon down and I folded it, and where the 2 ends meet, I hot glued that. So now that that was hot glued, I pushed those 2 pieces together, and then I cut down another piece of the ribbon, folded it, and then wrapped it around so it looked like the ribbon was closed off and hot glued. So now I'm gonna go ahead and hot glue that to the basket, but because the basket is tapered, when you hot glue this, it is going to slant down, which looks sad, and we don't want that. So what we're going to do is we're going to take another piece of ribbon and fold it up and just hot glue it together and put it on the bottom of the ribbon. It gives it a little extra support, and you can barely tell because it is the exact same material. If you don't like the pink, then you can of course add lavender, which I think the lavender looks really pretty as well and doesn't look as bright. You can even take some of the Dollar Tree carrots and pop those into there, and I think this makes it look even more Easter. There's so many options that you can do with this and so many things that you can add. So let me know in the comments, how would you decorate yours? Would you use the beanie or not? I definitely think that I would skip the bow if I were to do this again. I'm going to start off with one of these little bunny heads from Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to remove all of that fluff. This is really easy to do, but if yours doesn't come off so easy, just use some scissors to take it apart. I did have to do that for some areas, but once it's off, you have this cool looking thing. Now I'm going to use some nautical rope from Dollar Tree, and for the bottom, I'm going to have to use hot glue just for that little rim, and as I work my way up, I avoid the hot glue because if I do have to push up or push down, I like to have options. So I'm just going to continue to wrap that little piece with hot glue And then when I get to the middle is when I start to use hot glue again. So now I'm just going to start wrapping, and this is pretty redundant. So we'll just fast forward until we get to the hot glue part again. So right when you get to about this section that it starts curving up, that's when you're going to have to start using hot glue again, or else this is just going to start shifting. Those little pokey things on the side definitely help with keeping your rope in place, but right around this time, hot glue is probably your best bet. So make sure that your rope is nice and straight, nothing is peeking through, and if it is, you just push it down. The thing with rope is that hot glue is visible, so that kind of sucks. So try and be as neat as possible, even though you can still see some hot glue on this little dude. Once you get to the top, you're going to start wrapping around the bunny ears. And again, this is one of those situations where you just have to push down, make sure that it's nice and straight. But for this, you won't need hot glue till you get to the very, very top. And at this point, you're just going to want to cut down your rope at an angle and then push it in. So the neater you are with this, the nicer it'll look. It is really hard because this is bulky rope, but be very careful. If you have finger protectors, definitely use those. You're gonna have to hold this in place until your glue dries. And do the same thing to the other ear. I still have plenty of rope left over. This is the 13-foot rope. So I'm gonna go ahead and hot glue the other one. You already know how to do this, so I am not going to have you sit through that. And now what we're going to do is what I do every time I am using rope. By the way, I still have rope left over. I'm going to grab a lighter and then I'm going to go over my bunny to make sure that I get rid of all those fuzzy pieces. You want to do this quickly, and you don't want to hold the flame on one area for too long. You don't want this to go up in flames. Please be safe and don't do this next to anything flammable. Just be careful. So this is what he or she looks like. I haven't decided if it's a boy or a girl. Now I am going to use this salted caramel mocha delight creamer thing. The shape of this is pretty perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the lid. So we're using a recycled product here, but you can use a cone or whatever you'd like. So I cut down that little part. I did use my saw, and the front you can see sticks out and the back sticks to the bottom. So I think this is the perfect shape. And now I'm going to hot glue my bunny head up onto the top. Make sure that whatever area you chose to be the front of the bunny's head is going to the part that looks like it has a little belly. Push that in. If you want to put some rocks on the inside to make it heavy, then go ahead and do that. And now you're going to wrap this whole thing in twine. I'm not making you sit through that. And now we're going to make some arms and legs. And this is going to be really easy. So this is the method I thought looked the best. I'm going to take a piece of rope and fold it in half. I honestly would say this probably measures about 6 inches when you extend it. Now I'm going to take another piece of rope and cut it down the exact same size. This is what we're going to use as our feet. So now I'm going to glue it to each other basically in half. So I folded it in half and just made sure that it's glued onto itself. So I'm going to do this to both pieces that I have cut down. Be very, very careful. Glue is going to be visible on this, so that kind of is a little unfortunate, but that's okay. You can just kind of flip it to the side that's not going to be visible, if that makes sense. So I have one piece, and now I have 2 pieces that I've glued. Now I'm going to take another piece of rope and wrap it around that just to make it a little thicker. Cut that down and hot glue it into place. This is going to be my little legs and feet, and I'm going to make smaller ones for the arms. Now I tried wrapping rope around something, and having it wrapped the exact same way as this didn't look the best. This method was what looked nicer in my opinion, but of course you can try whatever method you want. So now I'm just going to add a generous amount of hot glue and press it in to that little dip right there, which is why I think this container is just so perfect for this. So I'm going to dip it, put it in the dip, press it in, and look how cute it's already looking. Now for the legs, it's a little trickier. For the legs, I made them really long because I wanted them to look kind of like bunny legs. So I'm going to press the bottom nice and straight onto the table, and then at an angle, wrap it to the side. so that this looks a little bit more realistic than just adding two things to the bottom. So once I figured out the angle that I want, making sure that the foot is facing forward or outward, however I want it, I'm gonna hot glue the top at an angle so it looks like the bunny's little thigh. So have a little bit of patience because you are going to have to hold this in place while the glue sets. And when your glue is really hot and you're in a hurry, this always takes a really long time. Once that side is completely set, then you can move on to the other side. And you're going to want to make sure that you're using the same length on the feet. You don't want one foot sticking out more than the other. So if you do need to measure out where the foot is sticking out, then do that. And make sure that you are hot gluing at the same angle so it looks like two little bunny thighs and feet. Now, to make it a little bit more realistic, I use this little button thing from Dollar Tree, and I found this really cute heart button. I added the little nose to the middle using some hot glue, and this is really simple. You can also do some eyes, but when I tried doing eyes, it did look a little on the creepy side, so just the nose was enough to let you know that this was a bunny and not a kangaroo or a wallaby, whatever animal I'm thinking of right now. With the Dollar Tree lace ribbon, I went ahead and just wrapped it around my bunny's neck and made a little bow. Now this is really, really simple. I'm not going to show you how I made the bow because you've seen me poorly make bows on this channel enough if you've been here for a while. So once I have that, I forgot a little bunny tail. So I'm just going to take some of my rope and wrap it around itself over and over again until I get a cute little button. I'm going to hot glue this in place. And once I have that cute little button, I'm going to put it on the bunny's backside. Now, if those rope marks are bothering you, then you can always make your bunny a little outfit. I've seen a ton at TJ Maxx and Marshalls that have these adorable little dresses. You can try a doll dress, or you can try making your own using Dollar Tree materials. So this was a little tiny baby dress, which I found at Dollar Tree, and I'm going to take it apart. Instead of using my seam ripper, because I cannot find it, I am going to use regular scissors. So I'm just going to cut it down, and before I get roasted in the comments, I am not a seamstress. I do not know what I'm doing. So I'm just going to hot glue this together and kind of makeshift it around. But I knew that if I didn't include how I got this on the bunny, that I'd get a ton of questions. So once I have this little piece right here, I'm just going to make it shorter by cutting it down. And once I cut it down, I'm going to go ahead and flip a little bit up. You can sew it if you want to. I just hot glued it in place because the rest of this is going to be hot glued. Once it's flipped up, I added my hot glue. There's also stitch witchery. I cut the corners so they don't look so bulky. Then I went really, really light on the hot glue. But again, if you're using stitch witchery or fabric fuse, then you don't have to worry about that. You just put it on and keep it moving. So now I'm going to drape it on the bunny. So I'm going to tie it as if this was a little apron. I'm going to tie it around the neck. And then in the back, I noticed that this was way too short, so it wasn't going to cover the whole thing. So I added 2 little strips of the same lace that I used for the neck, just to make it look like an apron. It is not the best job, but like I said, I wanted to show y'all because I knew that I would get a ton of questions. But once I was done, I thought it looked pretty cute, even though this was done in the worst way. By the way, if I didn't mention it before, I used 2.5 packs of the 13-foot rope from Dollar Tree to complete this project. So I really hope that you enjoyed this tutorial, and if you did, please be sure to give me a thumbs up. Let me know which one is your favorite, and as usual, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you so much, and I will hopefully see you on the next one.